Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we just wanted to go over the Chapter 5 objectives, which you were given at the beginning of Chapter 5. You have these bullet points typed out for you. It should be at the beginning of your notebook. For Thursday's test, you should be able to classify triangles by sides and angles, and know their names, such as scalene, acute, right, obtuse, isosceles, equilateral, etc. You should also be able to find the interior and exterior angle measures of triangles and do this algebraically by solving for x, perhaps solving for x and y if it was a system. You should be able to identify and use corresponding parts. You should be able to write congruent statements such as triangle cat is congruent to triangle dog, and name the 3 congruent angles and the 3 congruent sides, and use the corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, meaning CP/CTC, and also be familiar with the third angles theorem. During this chapter, we came up with our bag of tricks for proving triangles congruent: side, angle, side, 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 angle, side, angle, 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 side, and hypotenuse leg. We also studied the base angles theorem and its converse, and looked at how the base angle theorem not only applies to isosceles, but that is what helps us with our equilateral triangles. And finally, if we were doing a proof, if you had to prove congruent angles, you might have to use CP/CTC. Please, please, please do not use CP/CTC unless you have proven those triangles congruent. You'll also notice that here I'm highlighting these are not on your test. On Thursday, we did not do these. We did not prove constructions. We did not look at pictures in coordinate planes or do coordinate proofs. So this should be a familiar slide. We looked at it at the beginning of our chapter. Please know the names of these triangles and what makes them those type of triangles. Here'd be a little example perhaps of finding congruent parts, congruent angles, listing those parts, finding angle measures or side lengths of incongruent pictures. And hopefully our next slide. So you should be able to do proofs. You have that entire proof packet. We did side, 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 angle, side, hypotenuse leg, angle, angle, side, and angle, side, angle. We did a lot of the proof packet, but there were several pages that were called mixed review, and all of the packet answers are on Blackboard. So if you decide to do some of them for practice, you can do that. You can check them. And again, remember, you cannot use CP/CTC until you have proven those triangles congruent. So it's so very important. And you may need to use that base angle theorem or the converse to the base angle theorem in order to find certain angles congruent or opposite sides congruent when you're doing a proof. Over the weekend, you should have completed page 21 in the packet. Those answers were posted over the weekend, and the snowflake congruency worksheet that you just did yesterday in class, those answers are also posted on Blackboard. Please take a look at them. Please be familiar with the theorems in the chapter. Read them over, understand what they say and what they mean. I will not ask you to write out what the theorem says, but if I ask you questions about the base angle theorem or the third angle theorem and you don't know what those theorems say or what they mean, you will have a challenging time. Again, these are things that we did not cover and are not on your test. And lastly, I am available for extra help on Tuesday and Wednesday at lunchtime in B148. I am also happy to stay after school on Wednesday the 21st in B101. If you could please just shoot me an email that you're coming so that I'm prepared for you to be there. I'd love to help you, love to support you and answer your questions, but you need to be there, and if you come, I will be there to help you. Lastly, your PhD is due on Thursday. That's the 22nd in class. That is before the test starts. You need to hand in your PhD. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email, and have a great day.